All right, Mark. So the main thing that we're working on today is that downswing plane, and that's why I'm going to say that driver and those irons weren't going as well for you as they had earlier in the summer. And on our left is the swing you just made. Much better there, man. See what I mean? This one is right there, like 6:32. That's the time there. And then this one on the right was back when we started. Oh, hold on, where is it? Yeah, right there. This is latest and longest to go. So that's more back when we started at 5:51 or something. Okay? So much improved there, man, during our lesson tonight. Right there. And the good news is, remember, you nailed it on the very first one with the ball there. You know, so here we go back. Again, I'll show you this chronological thing. See, this one on the right is back at the start tonight. And then the next one was from the face-on. It was the same swing, but from the face-on angle. And then there was a driver. Yeah, there were two driver swings. And then on the very first one, I said, let's get it going here now. So there's the first one. There's the two driver swings. And then this one. Oh, right there. Yeah. I said, I bet you'll nail it on the very first one. See, the ball's there even, man. I said, I bet you'll nail it on plane on the very first one, Mark. And again, I don't ever really make predictions. There you go. So you got it on plane beautifully on the very first one with a full swing, with a real ball, not a practice swing. But it was hard to make it a habit as we kept going through the lesson. See, that's pretty much where they all were as you did the three-quarter swings. That was a little closer. But they still weren't dead on the line, which you and I both know you can be there when you really give it a big dose of that medicine. There you go. There was a better one. But we had to go down to the smaller swing to really get you on the plane more consistently. And remember, these were starting straighter. They weren't starting as far left, and they were getting stronger. Some of them were real strong because they're closer to nirvana, to being dead on plane there. There you go. There, that ball's starting to the right like we want it to. Then we get down to the smaller swings. There you go. And like you said, it's like, oh, I'm still way too left. I'm like, yeah, you're too left. I'm not saying you're way too left. If you want way too left, we'll go back to the start tonight, where that arm was scrunched in and stuff. You know, so that's good improvement. Yeah. See, and there, those arms are extended better, out away from your shoulders. So this is definitely the new blue stuff there. Much better. And then here's the very last one, the full swing. Oh, here's from the face-on angle. There's arms. And then compared to that, the first one tonight from face-on. Yeah, it's even better there. Yeah, at the end here tonight on the left, which doesn't surprise us. But you could do that too. And that kind of goes part and parcel, hand in hand with the swinging to the right, like you felt. Instead of swinging left is when arms get scrunched in. So that's good work, man. And like I said now, you can do it, you know, you can understand physically, you know you can do it physically. Understand it intellectually, do it physically. Doing it on your own, keeping it a habit, is the harder part. And I tell people that's where I spend my career. If you had to only come here once, know it, do it, it's like, okay, great, you're fixed. That's why people say, oh, you fixed me, Joel. I'm like, I wouldn't say that. Time will tell. And then a friend of mine says, and he ain't talking. I think that's a country song. But I'm saying the key to doing it better and better on your own without parental supervision consistently is how you gather those facts. Don't be satisfied with that straight ball or that ball starts a little left, especially with a short iron in your hand with a small swing. Remember, with a small swing and a short iron in your hand, man, you have to really see that thing starting right strong. Okay? And then that grip thing was easy for you, it looks like. I'm sure it felt weird, but that wasn't too hard for you, and you could hit the ball. Again, Mark, in my experience, a lot of people can't even hit the ball airborne hardly when we alter their grip. Okay? All right, any questions or observations? Right. You have to turn those hands over earlier. That too. Yeah, we didn't spend any time on that medicine tonight. But I'm getting after it a little bit by the thumb. It's harder to turn it over when you had your thumb off the side of it like that. The tour players are, and I am. You ain't. You need to start up in here probably, feeling that you're turning your hands over at the start of your downswing. Yeah. Let's see one like that. Let's see one like that.